You guys miss me? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay here with Galactic Grizzly, and you guys have not seen me on camera in a while, but we are redoing our setups. When I say we, I mean my wife and I, Autumn. We both work from home. We basically sit back to back in a way, but yeah, we have our kind of office space designated into one area of our living room, or one half of our living room. I'm trying to remember how to hold this damn camera. It's been gonna kind of go with. Right now I'm in the kind of more like living space of our area where like the couches and TV are at. But on the other side of the room, trust me, you don't want to see it right now. It's an absolute nightmare. I'll show you real quick. It's an absolute nightmare because I'm in the process of redoing at least my part of our setup. So the way this is going to be recorded, we redid Autumn's side on Christmas Day, so a few days ago, and then I was still waiting for all of the different parts of new stuff to come in for my setup. So everything is here now, so that's why I'm doing all of my stuff today. I'm gonna split this up between Autumn's side first, because hers is a lot more simple and straightforward, and then we'll go into mine. So yeah, I'll show you guys some before of what her setup was like. So Autumn, the main component to her, or the main driver in her setup, is her M1 MacBook Air. So that she has connected to a HP 27-inch monitor. This is an old monitor that I used to use, and it's just a 1080p. I think it's 60 hertz at best. It's going to be nice for her to upgrade to a 4K monitor. The desk itself is from IKEA. It has two very big drawers that can slide out from underneath the desk. It also has this kind of lip underneath, kind of like a shelf that is used to hide cables, which is excellent. Most desks should come with this, but yeah, it's a good place to like put your power strip, which is exactly how hers is set up currently. So her cable management, actually, even the before, is pretty good. There's little to no improvements that need to be made there, if you ask me. And then anyways, she also has this kind of dresser down there, just the two drawers that sit down in the corner there, just for some added storage. Where it sits was originally, like, your desk was not always there. Mine was always in the corner that it's been in since we moved in here a few years ago, but hers came in more so recently. So that wall was full of a bunch of like decor and plants, and that shelf before she had her desk there. So she's kind of worked around the area instead of making the area work around her, if you know what I mean. So the main idea here to making over her setup is to make the space more of her space, like getting rid of the decor and stuff that's there and putting up stuff that she likes, and then just kind of organizing her desk a bit, and also, like I said, upgrading the monitor. So yeah, we're gonna do all that stuff, get right into it. So I started by taking all of that decor and the plants off of this wall first, because we're gonna put up some display cases in place of all this stuff that's here now. Got her these display cases from IKEA. These are the IKEA Ekets, E-K-E-T. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but yeah, I got her 3 of these. They come in an array of different colors and combinations, sizes. It took me literally all day to put these together. They were an absolute pain. To be honest, I wouldn't really recommend, if you wanted to add some storage above your desk, I wouldn't really recommend going with these. I would look into maybe some of the more kitchen cabinets that IKEA has. Yeah, these were just a pain to put together. They're not very sturdy. There's gaps in them, which you can't see them from far away, but when you get up close you can. The gaps kind of came in handy because I actually put some LEDs at the top of these cabinets, or the cases rather, and then I was able to run the cable out the back where these gaps are at. Now, my wife is a big Disney fan, so she really likes Nightmare Before Christmas, and as you might be able to tell, she also likes these bags, these Loungefly bags. She took 3 of them out of the 600 that she has and put 3 into these display cases. That way she can have them on display, and some of her Nightmare Before Christmas stuff that she likes is all out on display here. So now it has much more of her space and not just like this living room guest desk that's, you know, off on the wall there. So yeah, it's coming along. She'll probably end up adding some more stuff on top of the cabinets, maybe even adding a couple more cases on top of that, just adding on, who knows. But right now it's just a lot more cleaner look. As you can see, she took good advantage of that shelf to put her stuff up there. She also now has this Philips 4K 27-inch monitor. So that was my monitor that I was just using up until now. But yeah, so she's got her iPad on there, her MacBook, her display is now raised up. The area is just a lot cleaner now and more organized and more personal to her. Has all her interests right above and in the surrounding area. And you can see the LEDs that are also coming in as well, which I will get to that once we hit my setup. Alright, now for my setup. Still wanted a more screen real estate, but I don't want to use 2 monitors. It's just one more thing to be plugged in, and it takes up more space on the desk. Really did want to upgrade to just a bigger monitor. So that's a focus for me. Chair, wanted to upgrade the chair, so I ended up giving my old chair that I was using to Autumn. I just tightened it up, cleaned it off. Still just fine, nothing really wrong with it. The other area of focus for me was definitely cable management. I've had videos in the past where I redo my setup, and cable management is a focus of mine, and I could just never get it right. To this day, could not get it right. So that is a huge area of focus for me, is to get the cable management together. I got some stuff to really attack it head on this time, some Velcro and some clips, so I think I'll be able to actually have some seamless, like you won't be able to see any cables if you're looking at the desk, so unless you're underneath on your back for some odd reason. My main driver, by the way, is a 2019 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's just the base model MacBook Pro from 2019. I basically just use this whole setup as like a hub to plug my MacBook into and use it as if it's a desktop. Hopefully come this year I can upgrade to an M1, like a Mac Mini, and actually have that as a hub, but that's neither here nor there. The surrounding area for my setup, as you can see, I do have a 32-inch Insignia Fire TV that sits right above my desk. These IKEA blue cabinets that are off to the side that are kind of like lockers. I wish they had them in black, but at least at the time that I bought them, they were only in some kind of funky colors. So I got them in blue, but I do wish they were in black. Along, I've got some artwork in the surrounding area. I got a bunch of vinyls up top. Those are basically some of my favorite albums of all time. I've got this IKEA lamp that just hangs down, like the Pixar style one. Great for lighting when it comes to the podcast. And then also I have that shelf right there with the plant to add some greenery, and then a bunch of camera lenses. And that's pretty much it.
Yo, check this out, top murderers. Snowy in the bezel as the cloud merges. FBI try, I won't word with this. Kid who pooped out was the shot up in the beacon. Catch me in the corner not speaking. Crushed out heavenly, you G-Rock the sweet daddy, long fuck meats. Chicken and broccoli, Wally's look stinky with his man straight from Raleigh Dog. He recognized Kojak, I slapped the 5 master killer, cracked his hiney form. Everybody break bread, huddle around. I'm about to throw
since I last spoke to you guys, and this is all pretty much done. I know that you guys, just saw this whole cool time-lapse montage type deal, but yeah, now this is pretty much a done deal. So first thing I want to address, when I was putting up my monitor, I have something stuck in my eye. I was putting my monitor up on that mount, that stand that I first had, the Vivo one, I think it was called. But this is a 32-inch curved monitor, and that mount just seemed to be struggling to hold up this monitor. It was kind of starting to lean already, and I had just put it on there. It was for a few hours, and I just noticed that it was starting to lean, and the actual headpiece that kept the monitor straight up kept tilting downward. It was just kind of annoying, and it just seemed to really be struggling with the weight of this monitor, even though it's really not that heavy of a monitor at all. I think it's even lighter than my old monitor. But anyway, so yeah, I quickly exchanged it on Amazon for this other one. I don't remember the name of it, but it's much more heavy duty, and it should be able to support a monitor, I think, up to 34 inches. But yeah, and this is doing just fine with my monitor. It's very sturdy. Again, I'll link it on this Amazon list that will have everything on it. But yeah, so the original Vivo one that I had, I really wouldn't recommend that if you have anything over a 27-inch monitor, probably. It just seems to really struggle under the weight. But anyway, yeah, some other changes that I made, as you guys saw. I've put up the pegboard right here that is right kind of behind where the camera is at right now, and I've got my Xbox controller on there. I did actually order a custom Xbox controller through Microsoft that is going to match my keyboard, the same kind of color scheme with the orange, white, and gray. But yeah, I've got my headphones clipped onto there, remotes, pens, kind of the stuff that I usually throw in my pockets right before I leave the house. Yeah, and just some other cables and whatnot. Let's see what else here. The snake plant that used to be to the right of my TV, I took that and moved it to this cabinet that is right next to me, because I didn't feel like I was getting enough light where it was before, and it seemed like it was kind of starting to suffer from that, so I moved it, and hopefully it can get back up to health, so to speak. I put the fake plant in that corner now, so that it doesn't really need any light. But yeah, besides that, folks, there's just going to be probably shots of what the finished thing looks like at night with all the LEDs on. We did also just swap some stuff out with our actual living room away from the office side. So there used to be this kind of metal shelf right to the left of my desk. We replaced that with this really cool all black 2-level cabinet from IKEA. I don't remember the name of it, but I guess I'll link some of the IKEA stuff down in the description below if you're interested. Anyway, Jesus. But yeah, we basically just, the old shelf that was there, it was really jank. It was just a simple steel shelf. It was really like a garden shelf almost, but we replaced it with this. Looks much cooler, fits the color scheme that we have throughout our living room, and just used it for the same thing, except now we can close all that stuff up and you don't have to see all the kind of junk. The top part of that cabinet, I think we're going to use as a bar section, put a lot of our alcohol and glasses and little accessory type stuff inside of there. And then we also did just get a new leather couch that's going up against that front window. So there was a futon there that matches the one that's right next to this cabinet. But thanks to our son, he kind of tore up the back of that futon from standing on it so many times. So we got rid of that one and then replaced it with this really nice small leather couch we got on Amazon. So this chair is awesome. The Razor Iskra or something like that is super comfortable, super sturdy. The pillow, at first I wasn't really a fan of it. I was using it without the pillow, but the pillow is actually really, really nice. You can adjust. I'm not gonna even mess with the adjustment right now because I have it perfectly where I like it at, and I don't want to move it. But it's a super sturdy, comfortable chair. But yeah, and then also Autumn got these wooden coasters, so it's almost as if like it's chopped straight from a tree. Yeah, she got these from Target, and now she's got one on her desk, one on mine. There's a couple in the living room. She's also customizing a few of the extra ones that we're not actively using, by putting like different designs on the front of them. All in all, very happy with the setup. Revamp does make a huge difference when you, especially when you work from home, when you change it up and give yourself a kind of like a new environment to work in. It makes you more productive and just a bit more excited to work because you're much more happy with the setup that you're in. Anyway, I don't know if you guys even care for these kinds of videos. I'm sure like 10 of you will watch this, which is fine. Half of this is just doing it for me because it's fun to make these kinds of videos. But if you did enjoy it, let me know down in the comments below. And also, drop a like. It takes you literally 1 second to click that like button. And just, like I said, if you did enjoy it, leave a comment. Let me know if you would like to see more of this style of video. We're always changing stuff throughout our house, so let us know if you want to see some more of this type of stuff. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace. Should probably be able to stop the camera, right?